Well, one place where there was a great big red wave is depicted on the cover of the New York Post this morning. Young GOP star DeSantis romps to victory in Florida. It's called The Future. And when you look at what we know for sure, we know that according to the numbers, he beat Charlie Crist by 19 points so far. But when you look at the exit polls, and I'm looking at some by Edison Research exit polling, Ron DeSantis won Hispanic voters by 57%, women voters by 52%, suburban voters by 58%, and independents by 52%. His share of the Puerto Rican vote jumped from 34 to 55. It went up 20 points between the two races, his first and his second. And DeSantis's victory was fueled, of course, as we've been talking about, by the strongest showing by a Republican in Miami-Dade County in decades.
Do you think it's because so many New Yorkers and people from other states have moved down to Florida? They did not take their politics with them, or maybe they were all Republicans and they took their politics with them?
I think a couple of things. I think it's performance. I mean, the last case in point, Hurricane Ian. President Biden comes down. They clearly disagree on a number of issues, totally bipartisan. He's building bridges to get people back to their islands to see their homes. And then you think what happened during the pandemic. He was on the phone on a daily basis with the CDC trying to find out what was happening. His only regret was he shut his state down at all. Right. And then he empowered people. He had a plan in place to cycle the vaccine for people who wanted it. He got kids back in school. And if you didn't like that, you could leave the state. But for the most part, people go, yeah, I like to get my life back. I'm coming there.
Florida does not have a single Democrat holding a statewide office now, and it's pretty clear they have shifted from purple to red. Remember when George W. Bush won by just 500 votes in Florida? It has changed so much, and Joe Concha calls it ruby red, but the blue states have become a deeper blue.
Rubio red in Florida.
Rubio red.
Ron DeSantis, I was at a diner down at Harry and the Natives in Hobe Sound on Friday. People love him. They just love him in Florida. And here he is last night, and I want you to listen to the chanting. They're not chanting 4 more years. They're chanting 2 more years, which means they're encouraging him to run for president. Here he is last night.
After 4 years, the people have delivered their verdict. Freedom is here to stay. We saw freedom in our very way of life and so many other jurisdictions in this country wither on the vine. Florida held the line. We chose facts over fear. We chose education over indoctrination. We chose law and order over rioting and disorder. Florida was a refuge of sanity when the world went mad. We stood as a citadel of freedom for people across this country and indeed across the world.
Just one other thing about the Florida race, and that is I spent the weekend down in Florida, and I was watching a lot of the TV. The DeSantis ad that I saw a number of times was all about his accomplishments. Charlie Crist was, running the typical negative ad about what a bad job Mr. DeSantis had done. But when you see it all lined up, all the stuff that Ron DeSantis has gotten accomplished as governor, you can understand why the number is so big where he beat Charlie Crist by 19 points.
Why do you think he did so well in Miami-Dade?
Because I think Florida freedom. I don't think you feel like you're walking in voting as a party. It's like I'm voting how I feel as somebody living in Florida, and I think they like what he has done, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah, we also are going to have Anna Paulina Luna on. She is an Air Force vet. She is from Pinellas County, and she won there, which is west of Tampa, Charlie Crist's old seat, when he decided to run for governor. She was endorsed by President Trump and by Ron DeSantis.
Right. By the way, Maya Flores did lose last night.
I know, down
and she
in
lashed
South
out
Texas.
at independents and Republicans that didn't come out.
They changed her district. They redistricted. So.
Made it a little bit tougher for her to do that. So we'll see if she bounces back in 2 more years.